Are you taking care down there? If not, my friend, you should check out this video's sponsor, Manscaped, the undisputed leader in male grooming tech that'll keep you looking fresh and correct from tip to hairy toe. Their industry-leading Lawnmower Ultra 5.0 is still the ultimate piece of kit for pruning or removing body hair, and Manscaped have just released it in a super limited edition desert sand colorway. Get 15% off plus free shipping when you use offer code SKILLUP at checkout. Click below to grab it now or stick around to the end of the video to learn more. I am not a racing games fan, generally speaking, but I ended up loving the ever-living shit out of Forza Horizon 5. I kept playing it after I finished reviewing it, and I even went back to play the Hot Wheels DLC they released, which, while not as good as those standalone Hot Wheels games released over the last few years, was still really excellent, and I heartily recommend it if you haven't yet gone back to play it. Hot Wheels is a neat fit for the Horizon franchise because this is, after all, the fun one, where the Forza Motorsport series was more focused on track racing and had a more enthusiast bent. Forza Horizon was meant for everyone, even people like me, who literally doesn't know how to change the oil and water in my car. It is a genuine miracle that my car still operates at all. So, having loved Forza Horizon 5, I was very excited when Microsoft reached out offering me access to a preview build of Forza Horizon 6, the one many people have been waiting for because this one is set in Japan. I, of course, enthusiastically accepted, and so here we are, a preview video. But before we kick on, you should know about some of the restrictions of this preview build. Firstly, Xbox console only. No PC code and no PS5 code either, in case you were wondering, since yes, Horizon 6 is headed to the PS5, but not on the initial launch date of May 19th. It'll arrive at an unconfirmed date later in 2026, but it is still coming. The footage you're seeing here is running on an Xbox Series X console, and it's running at the quality graphics settings because that's another restriction placed on this preview build. There was no performance mode option. There will be at launch, but the option was disabled during this build. I'm assuming that Xbox wanted each and every frame to look its absolute best during the preview window, since the performance mode in other Forza games does result in a notable reduction in fidelity. Still looks great, mind you, but quality mode does look significantly better. Final restriction on this preview was that it was fairly limited in terms of content. You could blaze through it in about an hour, and it was really just the Horizon prologue with all of its choreographed spectacle, followed by a handful of different events, all culminating in a Horizon qualifier round that was sadly not available in this build. Also, I got hold of 4 cars whilst playing, but I couldn't purchase any more than that, and the car mastery system was disabled too. So a lot of restrictions on this preview build, and that's a bummer since this is clearly a pretty massive game, and I don't think it would have hurt to have let us seen a little more of it during a preview slice. In Playground's defense, however, they didn't restrict access to the most important part of this package, the world map. Unless there are some other hidden map areas that they're saving for launch, I'm pretty sure that the entire map was available to us, and man, what a map. I am sure that there will be questions about how much is truly new in Horizon 6, since the preview build certainly doesn't show off many new features, but this map of Japan is such a massive step up over everything that's come before it, delivering vastly more visual density and also more diversity in terms of driving experiences, since the map's regions all feel far more intricate in terms of their landmarks and layouts. I went back and played some Horizon 5 after playing 6 just to compare, and I was really struck by just how much better Japan is versus Mexico, and that's nothing to do with the location, mind you. It's all to do with how much more thought, care, and technology Playground have put into this rendition of Japan. Forza Horizon 6 delivers a notable visual uplift over its predecessor, but that difference may not jump out at you immediately. I'll admit that when I started playing, I was like, yep, this is definitely a great looking video game, much like the last one was, but is it that much different? It wasn't until I kept playing Horizon 6 and then kept jumping back over to Horizon 5 that I was like, okay, the uplift here is in the world. It seems like Playground effectively hit the limit of how good they can make cars and roads look in the previous game, and recognizing that, they poured all of their artistry and technical skills into making Japan look absolutely incredible, and it truly does look absolutely incredible.
In 400 yards, turn right.
Mexico was still a fantastic looking location, but to go back now and play it after experiencing Japan, it does feel significantly less impressive. You do notice how much wide open space there is in Mexico, how few landmarks there are, how rarely Mexico encloses you with either buildings or topography, how little there is going on in the far or even middle distance. These weren't complaints that I had with Mexico back then, because for its time it was fantastic, but now having experienced Japan, it is very hard to go back. Understanding the structure of this map is probably the most helpful starting point. The map of Japan is divided into a number of themed biomes. The northernmost Sotoyama region is the ski fields, and I was definitely driving the wrong car as I was exploring them, but I still made it work. Takashira region is largely just wooded forest areas full of idyllic scenery and hairpin turns. It's the kind of space that the Top Gear lads would have loved to have road tested their cars in. The Hokuba region is largely agricultural, so expect to see plenty of farmland growing everything from crops to really, really beautiful flowers. There are a total of 9 of these regions, 10 including the Legend Island that you can access once you've conquered the Horizon Festival, and each region has its own distinct flavor, distinct visual style, distinct set of landmarks, and distinct set of roads to explore. But don't imagine that these regions are ever constrained by that regional flavor, since every region offers a huge amount of diversity. I mean, take this region, Nangan, which is at the bottom of the map. There's this beautiful coastal stretch here lined with cherry blossom trees. Soon after that, I approach a rocket platform with the surrounding area being a racetrack that will clearly be used for some sort of future event. Soon after that, I'm off the beaten track barreling down a dirt road towards a sandy coastline.
You have arrived at your destination.
Back on the main road now, and I emerge from a tunnel to see a spectacular view of Tokyo City off in the distance. Skirting the edges of Tokyo, I head back out into the countryside, making my way up a steep mountain with plenty of hairpin turns so I can practice my toge skills. Admittedly, I need a lot more practice, not gonna lie. And the tour of this region finishes on a hidden riverside dirt track that winds its way under the main roads with a few more cherry blossoms thrown in because it's cherry blossom season and Playground wants you to know it. And that's just one region, by the way, where every region I've explored has the same amount of diversity, and this is what struck me most when I went back to play Horizon 5. Mexico's regions are smaller, less dense, less intricate, and less diverse. Playground were just so much more ambitious in Horizon 6 with how they thought about world design, and while I blitzed through all of the preview content in about an hour, I spent another 2 or 3 hours after that just cruising around Japan hoping to see every last inch of it. On that point, I did a quick non-scientific test comparing the map size of Japan to Mexico, and to do that, I picked the 2 furthest points possible from each other on the map, which in Japan meant going from the top to the bottom, and in Mexico meant going from left to right. I followed the GPS guide the whole way in both instances, so I didn't just drive in a straight line over terrain or whatever, and I used similar cars in both tests. It took me around 12 minutes to drive from one end of Japan to the other, and about 9 minutes to drive from one side of Mexico to the other. In terms of distance, the Japan trip is roughly 19 miles, and the Mexico trip was about 14 miles. So Japan is notably bigger than Mexico, but you don't really feel that size difference since Mexico's map is still huge. What you absolutely feel is the density of Japan's map, which really does leave Mexico in the dust.
Turn sharp left.
Speaking of which, the beating heart of Horizon's Japan is Tokyo, and it's fantastic. Playground say it's about 5 times larger than any city they've previously built, and I believe them because Tokyo is huge, encompassing many of the major landmarks like the Shibuya Crossing, Tokyo Tower, and the famous Rainbow Bridge. During the preview event, there was only one racing event that sent me through the streets of Japan, and that's a bummer since I would have loved a bunch more of them. Still, the potential of this city is clear. Horizon is a series that generally tends towards wide open spaces, but with Tokyo, Playground have given themselves a whole new canvas on which to work, one that would allow for thrilling street races along main roads, in narrow back streets, down highways, and across bridges. I'm very, very excited to see what Playground serve up here. Less excited about the storytelling component of Horizon, which still retains the same chirpy, almost inhuman tone. It's like all the characters sound like AI chatbots talking to each other rather than actual humans. I get that it's a stylistic thing since Playground aren't looking to create real dramatic stakes, and they want to just communicate a vibe more than anything else. But I don't know, the Tokyo racing scene is some of the most well-trodden from a storytelling perspective. You can do some super cool things here. The Playground seem to be totally uninterested in doing that, and I don't know, fair enough, I guess.
Getting to race on an actual Horizon track was thanks enough. It's all practice, eh?
Well, we'll need it. Considering I've signed us up for the qualifiers.
Outside of that, what else is new in Horizon 6? Well, to be honest, I don't think I can really tell you because the preview was so locked down that I didn't get to experience all that much. There are still signs to bash into for XP and speed traps and drift challenges. They're all the normal racing modes you've come to expect from the series, but there are also new Horizon Rush events, which are apparently like obstacle courses or something. I don't know exactly since I never got a chance to try one. One of the more compelling features on offer is the chance to build your own personal estate, which is a mountain valley that you can build a massive car compound in. Again, I did not get to experience this, so I cannot say how it works, but it looks cool. I did get to test a new feature that allows you to customize the garages in the homes you've unlocked or purchased. This isn't the sort of feature that appeals to me personally, but I'm looking forward to seeing clips of what other people cook up. The one feature I am very excited about is the return of the wristband system. In early Horizon games, progression was gated behind wristbands, which you'd unlock by completing challenges, and every new tier of wristband gave you access to more races and, more importantly, better cars. In later Horizon games, they changed that, instead opting for a more free-form progression model where you could get like S-tier supercars almost immediately because there were no restrictions on which cars you could win or purchase. That's really cool for the type of player who loves to get in there and immediately start racing their favorite cars, but it was less appealing to players such as myself who love the whole car-PG element where you steadily make progress in a more graduated way. Horizon 6 is a return to that progression-gated model. You will start with more basic cars, more basic race events, but that will change as you notch more and more wins in the festival. I love that stuff, and I think it's going to make for a more satisfying campaign experience, since you're going to have to put in some real work before unlocking those high-performance monsters. And that's about it really. Turns out Forza Horizon 6 is probably going to be a fantastic video game. Least surprising headline of all time. Playground have been doing this for a long time now, refining this formula to the point where it's tough to imagine how they could refine it further. That was certainly the question mark I had going into this, and while I think the studio has hit an innovation limit in some areas, like the look, sound, and feel of their cars, and while they've chosen not to innovate in some areas that could have definitely done with some work, namely story, I do think the rendition of Japan here is genuinely incredible. The most diverse, expansive, and beautiful open world sandbox we've ever had the pleasure of crashing into at 200 miles an hour. With Japan, Playground really did find a whole new level, and I'm hopeful that the rest of the package delivers the sort of spectacle, race challenges, and progression that match the work that's been put into this open world. We'll all find out together when the game launches on May 19th for PC and Xbox Series consoles. I will be there day one, or hopefully before that if Microsoft sends me a review code, which hopefully they will. In the meantime, thank you for tuning in, I really do appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. Right now, we're in the midst of an AI revolution. We've got AI art, AI voices, AI music. Seems like AI can do it all, right? Wrong, because there's one thing that AI can't do, and that is shave your balls. Bet you didn't see that one coming. Thankfully, Manscaped did see it coming and have delivered the next leap in ball shaving technology with their Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, the most advanced ball trimmer in the history of the human species, now available in a strictly limited edition desert sand colorway for the simple reason that it looks cool as hell. No matter which color lawnmower you pick up, your body hair will tremble in fear at the sight of it. The updated trimmer blade features longer, wider, and rounded teeth to tackle hair effortlessly, while the foil blade provides a sleek, smooth finish, and switching between them is a breeze. Just a quick push, and it's in. That's what she said. But the features don't stop there, for the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra features dual LED spotlights to provide contrast on multiple skin tones. With that sort of illumination, there is nowhere for your wayward hairs to hide. There's also a handy travel lock feature, ensuring that the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra won't turn on in your carry-on, because that would be awkward. And it also comes with everything you'd expect from a top-of-the-line trimmer, including a rechargeable battery charged via USB-C, and it's waterproof, allowing for easy use in the shower and easy cleaning when you're done. Manscaped are so confident in the build quality of their Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra that they offer a 2-year warranty on it, and the lovely desert sand colorway is a fantastic excuse to jump in, join the Manscaped family, and start taking care of the family jewels. The desert sand colorway is strictly limited edition though, so do get in quick by visiting manscaped.com/skillup and using offer code SKILLUP at checkout. That'll get you 15% off your order plus free shipping. That's manscaped.com/skillup, offer code SKILLUP at checkout for 15% off plus free shipping. Thanks Manscaped for sponsoring the video, and thank you for watching it.